Good morning and welcome to GrainTV for February 2nd, 2012. Joining me today is Cody Bills and I'm Brock Shimbano. Puxatawny Phil came out of his den, saw his shadow, meaning there's 6 weeks left of winter. Good news for producers. Some more news coming out for producers this morning came by way of the export report. Cody, why don't you take us through the numbers?
The export report was mostly mixed this morning. The market should take it in stride. It shouldn't push the market one way or another. Corn came out ahead of expectations at 912,000 metric tons versus an expected 825. Soybeans came out at 308,000 metric tons versus 450, missing expectations, and wheat was right on par with expectations, coming in at 518,000 metric tons. Take a look at the export report for the overall marketing year. The red line is what we expect to see in terms of sales seasonally to meet the USDA expectations. The white lines here are actual sales. As you can see here, we're ahead of pace, 44 million bushels now, which was mostly steady from last week. So to meet these USDA expectations, I think it's going to be quite easy. There's a good chance that we may, if we continue to see strong export sales in the weeks to come, I think that there's a good chance we could see export sales revised up in the USDA. Beans is a completely different story. We're actually behind 62 million bushels, and we slid 7 million bushels from our pace last week. So in order to meet the USDA expectations, we're going to have to pick up sales significantly in the weeks to come. And as you can see, sales really drop off in the later parts of the year. So, I'm a little bit concerned. I think the USDA is going to have to lower their export estimates for soybeans. Take a look at the sales progress. Like I said, corn was well ahead on week 8 of the marketing year, was trending lower, but kind of found some support here. We're kind of catching our stride in the exports at 44 million bushels ahead of USDA expectations. Soybeans has been dropping off a cliff here. We're continuing to trend down. Soybean sales continue to miss expectations. I'm concerned for soybeans. I think that's the commodity that the USDA is most likely going to have to revise lower. Now, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we're back, we're going to take a close look at the Baltic region and the winter kill scenarios that are unfolding there as we speak. Welcome back to GrainTV. Now 15 minutes into the trading day, we are up 2 for corn at 644, up 4 for beans at 1219, and down 4 for wheat at 670. Brock, there's some serious cold weather going through the eastern part of Europe and into the former Soviet Union states. Can you give us an update on that? Is that going to be a big factor in the wheat market going forward?
I think it will be a factor in the wheat market going forward. Some of this cold snap is already priced into the market. We have had a nice rally over the last several days. But as you can see by this weather map provided by our friends at Planalytics, there is a significant cold front settled in over the Black Sea region. We see large negative digits for much of the area. Keep in mind these are in Celsius, so that basically comes out to be about 10 to 20 below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. This does make cause for concern, as this is the region where most of the winter wheat is produced. About 25% of the world's exports of winter wheat actually come from this area. And going forward, it doesn't look like we're going to get much relief as we head into the weekend. Still large negative digits out there for much of the Black Sea region heading all the way through the weekend. And even over in Russia, we see large negative digits as well. So it looks like this is going to significantly affect the winter wheat crop that is in their dormancy stage right now. But something that's not going to really help is the light snow cover, and Ukraine's actual state weather forecaster came out and said that the harvest could be affected by as much as 42 to 58% reduction due to this cold snap, as well as the dryness during the planting season as they got planted last fall.
Yeah, Ukraine's crop came into this cold snap in poor condition, and the southern part of it had lack of snow cover, which leaves them particularly susceptible to this cold weather. Brock, how is this baked into price? What do you expect going forward?
I expect us to move a little bit higher going forward. We do see that we have resistance in about the 685 area. Currently, though, we did break trend resistance a few sessions ago in the 645 area. So we're sitting in a little bit of a range right now between old resistance, which will probably be support now, and overhead resistance at 685. Keep in mind, though, as we move higher, the RSI is indicating that we are moving towards the overbought territory. Currently sitting at 62. Overbought is about 70 right now.
So just for folks out there, just so you know, we are looking at the Chicago wheat daily chart. And we have resistance up there. I know that one thing that could possibly catapult us out of that resistance area on the upside is the fact that Viktor Zubkov, Deputy Prime Minister of Russia, announced that they would be having a meeting. And during that meeting, there's a good chance that we get a little bit more clarity on whether or not there's going to be any sort of curbs in exports or any kind of tariffs for that Black Sea region wheat. So keep a close watch on that. We'll be following that very closely. If we get any news, we'll be tweeting it. So follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, or give us a call at 877-472-4607. We'd be happy to answer any questions you have on the grain markets. Have a good one.